Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video I want to talk about 3 things that I've learned from another content creator named Danny Go, who's a content creator in the kids content creation space. But it's a really interesting story and I want to share my thoughts on it because we recently went to the concert and had a great experience, and I think it's really applicable for someone who wants to create content on YouTube or get into content marketing, to kind of look at their story and what they've done and what they've been able to do over the last couple of years. So if you don't know Danny Go, he creates music for kids, really fun music, and there's activities that they do, like in the floor is lava video. They have to get off the floor real quick. And anyways, it's just super fun. Our kids love it, and my wife and I love to put it on, and we actually really enjoy the music as well. It's really catchy, and his videos, they are really high production. So the videos are awesome, the music is awesome, and they're fast paced and they're fun. And so I've been thinking about this a lot because we recently went to his live concert in Salt Lake City. It was probably 2 weeks ago, and the concert was amazing. It was so fun. Our kids loved it. We loved it. And they were able to incorporate things that they do in the videos in the concert. And it just had me really inspired and thinking about content marketing and content creation. And so one of the things I think stands out about them is obviously the high production value. But it's taken them a few years to get to where they are today. So they started, I think, somewhere around 2019, and I'm not exactly sure exactly when they started, but around 2019. So it's taken them some years to grow their audience, and they now have over 2 billion views on their videos collectively, and they've put out a lot of different songs over the years. And the first videos, if you were to compare those to the videos now, I think are higher production than the ones they did in the past, and they've introduced some new characters. So it's Danny Go and a few of his friends that he does it with, Pap and Bearhead, and then they've introduced some other characters like Mindy Mango and Gerald, and so Mindy's his wife, and then Gerald's another friend. So it's just really fun, and they've been able to kind of expand it as time's gone on. And so when they announced that they had a concert just recently, we really wanted to go to it to see Danny Go live. And so we got the YouTube video, and then we went and bought the tickets and everything. But I think if you look at it now, it's easy to see that they're successful. It's easy to see that they have all these views, all these subscribers, and they have live concerts now and a few products that they sell. But that's not how it always was. And if I kind of followed Danny Go's story through a few of the podcasts he's done. And he had a corporate job, and then he at Lowe's, and then he went to like freelancing, kind of consulting for a time, and then they started doing Danny Go. So there's kind of this progression of his career, and he just had to kind of wait for the right time for it all to work out. But now they do it full time. And so it's really easy to look at it now and to say, oh yeah, these guys are obviously so successful, but they've spent years and years and years working away, testing things, trying new things out, and growing their following and their audience. And they just keep getting better and better. And that's the other point that I want to make, that they've done really well, is they've tested and tried things out. So they have the videos that are like 3 to 4 minute songs, and then they also have these like full episodes where they're about 14 to 15 minutes, so a bit longer. And they only did a couple of those, and they did pretty well, but they just weren't as good as the songs. And so they kind of refocused and doubled down on the songs, and they continue to test and iterate different content types and things like that. So that's another takeaway for me, is just to keep testing things. That's what I've done on my channel. I'm testing this stuff all the time, and some of it works great and some of it doesn't. And the great part about YouTube is you get a lot of feedback in your comments or in the data, looking at the views and the watch time and the click-through rate and all those things. So testing things out is another important principle. You don't always know what content is going to appeal to your followers, and sometimes it's surprising to me, at least, what people find interesting and things they don't. Sometimes I think, oh, this is going to be such an awesome video, and then it comes out and it's not as good as some of my other videos that I didn't expect would be as good. So that's the other takeaway for me. And then the third one is the monetization. So it doesn't feel to me like they had all this figured out at the beginning, how they were going to monetize Danny Go or anything like that. What it feels more like to me is they had a plan to create some really high quality content, and then over time they've kind of found these things that make sense for their brand on how to monetize, and one of those things being the live concert. And they did a live concert tour on the East Coast, and they did one on the West Coast of the United States, and that's the one that we attended, was the West Coast tour. And the coolest part about this is not only was it super fun, it was a sold out crowd. When we went to the concert, they were able to incorporate things from the videos into the concert that just made it feel like it was the same experience. So they, in the video, sometimes there's things that fly at Danny Go, and he moves to the right or he moves to the left, or he has to duck. And so our kids will do that, as they're watching the screen, they'll duck or move to the right, and it makes it really fun. And they incorporated that into the concert. So there were some interactive elements where the audience was interacting, like ducking and moving to the side. Or there was one time when we had to clap. Everyone had to clap together to get there's a garbage can song, and to get the garbage cans to close. And so it just felt very much like the same experience, but it was live, and it was so much fun. And because they're really good at video production and music, and the countdowns for the different songs were fun, and then they were able to kind of extend some of the videos or change some of the videos that they've done online, but make them more for a live audience. They even cut into some songs midstream, so you'd be listening to one song and they were able to kind of cut it into the second song right away, which was really cool to see. So yeah, it was just a unique experience for me, and I think that it just validates the whole idea of content marketing, that as you create content, free content on YouTube or in other places, you are, over time, if you do it right, you're able to build an audience, build a loyal following, and then those monetization opportunities will come. They'll come, and you already have the audience to sell to that's engaged, that loves your content, that wants to buy from you. Whereas if you don't have that, if you try to go backwards, I just don't think it works very well. If you try to go and think about monetization first before you ever create a following and create content, and I just think it's really difficult to do it that way, because as you're going on the journey of creating content, you find those different things that appeal to the audience, and you get feedback along the way, and your ideas about things change, and it's kind of this innovative process. But then as you go and create content, you kind of find your voice, and you kind of find those things that work really well. So I just want to highlight that. It's been something I've been thinking about ever since the concert. I just think that Danny Go and the people that create those videos, so awesome. They just create so many awesome experiences for kids, and the concert was amazing. And so just wanted to share a few thoughts that I had on that and how it could apply to you if you're thinking about creating content or want to get started with content marketing. I would think about those things, that how you're going to build an audience, and just know that it's going to take some time to do that. Test and try different things out, see what works, and be open to the feedback that you're getting. And then lastly, those monetization opportunities will come. And I think the more you understand your audience, it's easier to see where it needs to go. It's easier to see what needs to come next, and what would probably appeal to them the most. And so I don't feel like they were an overnight success. I don't feel like they haven't had to put in a lot of hard work to get to where they are. I feel like it's exactly the opposite. I think they've worked super hard, and now they're starting to reap the rewards and benefits of that hard work. and it's just awesome to see them succeed. So I also created a resource, a kind of little ebook that captured some of those things that I learned on the KDC Marketing website, and it has some other kids content creators that I've been inspired by. So like the Paw Patrol is another one, and then Bluey, the Bluey series is another. Just some thoughts that I had about some of the things I think that they're doing well that we can learn from as marketers or as business owners, as content creators, even web designers and things like that. I think there's a lot of things we can learn from other people just on the outside looking in and trying to observe what they're doing. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you want that resource, I'll put a link somewhere where you can go and download it for free, and I will see you in the next video.